Hello, my name's Justin. We're here at Arrow's Restaurant today in Ogunquit, Maine. We're going to do a little recipe here called crab Jiaozi. It's a Chinese boiled dumpling. So the first thing we're going to do here is take some peaky-toe crab. This is Maine peaky-toe crab. Very famous. Rod Mitchell from Brown Trading made it famous. So we're going to put a little bit of Rod's peaky-toe crab into the bowl. Then we're going to take some grated green cabbage, put that into the bowl. Some finely minced ginger, and some chopped cilantro. The final ingredient is some sweet chili paste. This stuff isn't too hot, so you can go ahead and be fairly generous with it. And we're going to mix that up. Careful not to beat up the crab too much. Want to keep it nice and nice big chunks. So once we've done that, we're going to get our little wonton wrappers ready. Have those laid out. We're going to take a little bit of egg wash and egg wash the edges. Put a little bit of filling in each one. Just like that. Not too much. If you try to put too much in, you won't be able to wrap them that well, and the seal will fall apart and they'll get waterlogged and they won't taste so good. So put a little bit of filling in each one. That off to the side. And very simply fold them over like a triangle. Now you want to kind of work quickly once you get to this point. So you want to go ahead and do all of them into a triangle. So once we've folded everyone and sealed it, now we're going to turn it into the cool shape. Now I'm going to show you the wrong way first real quick without doing it, but that way is not the correct way, okay? You want to kind of dimple it right there, very carefully. You don't have to go fast because it'll just break. And you want to tie it up so it's a nice little bishop's hat. Just to make them look a little more authentic and less like a sort of any Chinese restaurant out there. You can see they have a really neat little shape. And that's that. So while we're waiting for the water to come up to a boil, we're going to work on a little Beijing cabbage. So over here we have our water. Let that come up, a little salted water, and we'll make the Beijing cabbage salad. So we're going to work on the Beijing cabbage. The first thing we're going to start with is some finely grated red cabbage. The core is fine. Go ahead and use that. It's just as sweet as the rest of it. This cabbage came from the garden, and it has frozen out in the garden. So that means it's going to be really sweet. So first thing we're going to do to start that is take a little rice wine vinegar. Put that in a bowl. Then we're going to take a little soy sauce, put that in a bowl, just a little bit, and then some sugar. Now we're actually going to use a fair amount of sugar, more than you would think, as you can see. We're going to go ahead and mix that up, get it to dissolve a little bit. Then we're going to add a touch of sambal olek, which is a pickled chili. It's fairly hot, not terribly hot, but not as sweet as the sweet chili we put inside the jiaozi. Mix that up. And then a little bit of sesame oil, dark sesame oil to season that. Now we're not going to need any salt or pepper in this because of the saltiness of the crab meat and also because of the saltiness of the soy sauce. So mix that up. Give that a little try. It's excellent. Sweet and sour is what we're shooting for. Then we're going to go ahead and fold in the red cabbage. Prefer you use your hands for this so you can get it coated really nicely. And that's it. Simple as that. Go ahead and let that set for a few minutes or overnight. So once the water comes to a boil, we're going to go ahead and drop our jiaozi in the water. Drop them in one at a time so they don't stick to each other. And we don't put any excess cornstarch in the water. We'll go ahead and let those boil for about 25 seconds or so. Okay, so it's been about 25 seconds. And our jiaozi are done, so we're going to go ahead and pull these out of the water. Kind of one at a time, two at a time, whatever you can get there. It's better to pull them out like this than it is to drain them in a colander. Let's go ahead and do that. Turn our water off. Okay. Then we're going to take our Beijing cabbage that's been nicely marinating. We're going to put a nice pile of that on the plate. Then we're going to go ahead and put the jiaozi arranged along the edge. Now you don't need to cook these for very long. It's because they have already cooked crab meat in them. Arrange them around the edge. And just a little bit of cilantro garnish, just like that. Now we're serving these with a make-your-own dipping sauce. It's soy sauce, sambal, and malt vinegar. Now, rule of thumb is to dip them in whatever you like the most, and finish it with a little bit of acid, and then a couple little chopsticks, and pick up a little bit of red cabbage and pull off some cilantro leaves. You have a nice little appetizer.